Let's talk ginger! Hey there, I'm Regina from Get Fit with Regina, where I share helpful tips for your health, wellness, and fitness. So today I'm going to show you how to make an easy ginger juice. You're going to need a few supplies and some time. So you know you're going to need ginger, sharp knife, some empty water bottles, funnel, a high-powered blender. Mine is Vitamix, but naturally you can use anything as long as it's high-powered. You're going to need some filtered water, and depending on whether or not you like pulp, you're going to need a larger bowl and a strainer. So ginger has been used and it's loved the world over. This spice, a medicinal root, has so many benefits. So whether you're juicing ginger or cooking with ginger, you already probably know some of its benefits. It helps with nausea, that old-fashioned morning sickness from back in the day. It helps with chronic pain. It supposedly helps your immunity. It helps with blood sugar management. Now, don't take my word for it. I always recommend that you do your research. All you got to do, whether you Google your answer or not your answer but your question, you could also use OpenAI, or you can use Perplexity and see all the wonderful benefits that this medicinal root has. Now, when I buy it, I mainly just use it for juice. I like to use ginger as an immunity shot. I like to put it in my tea. I just love ginger, and I just keep it around at all times. So basically, you buy your root. It really doesn't matter what size. I kind of like to buy a big one so it can last a long time. And believe me, it lasts a long time if you juice it in your fridge. Now, if you cook with it, at a certain point, this does dry out. So you need to know what you're going to do with the ginger before you decide to buy it. Now, what I do is I break it off in parts. See? I break them all up. And then I slowly start the peeling process. And this is where, for some of you, it's like, oh, this is boring. It's too much work. But again, when you look up the benefits of ginger and what it can do for the body in terms of your immunity, in terms of blood sugar, in terms of all the different nutrients that it has, it's worth the time it takes. Now, you don't necessarily have to buy fresh ginger and do this peeling and whatnot, but for me, knowing that it's going to help me and my health, I take the time in which to peel the ginger root itself. So you already noticed it has a beautiful yellow interior. It is pretty juicy, not too much, but occasionally I've been squirted in the eye with the ginger juice and it's like, ooh, yeah, that stings. So as I'm peeling it, take a look at all the different benefits listed right there on the screen. Now, I'm not going to bore you peeling this ginger in front of you, but I just want to get this one piece done. Now, if I had a sharper knife, this could go a lot faster, but you got to be careful with a sharp knife. So this knife is so-so, but it gets the job done. You just have to take your time, go around all these nooks of the ginger because it's not an easy peel. Again, there's a lot of different angles that you have to get in. Now, I think some people do juice the skin, but I wouldn't recommend it, but that's my personal opinion. I like to have peeled ginger. And once you finally get it peeled, it looks like this, okay? Now, I actually use this whole chunk. I use a few of them, and I'll show you that in a little bit when I make my juice. So once you have a peeled piece of ginger, just put it to the side, and you go on with the rest of the pieces. So at this point, I'm going to stop and show you how I juice it. Okay, so finally, I've got all my ginger cut up. This is how much I was able to peel from that big piece you saw earlier. Now, I'm not going to use all these chunks at one time. Generally, I start with about 3. See the size there? Add in my blender. Add my filtered water. I take it to the top. It's about 7 cups of water. I've got my blender. Now, each blender is different. With the Vitamix, you start low, and then you go up high. Okay, get ready for the noise. Higher. A couple more minutes. Lift it. Now, my Vitamix and the water, those chunks that you saw earlier, are blended. Now, I've got my strainer here. I just want you to watch how it comes out. Look at that. Nice and smooth. Now, this is, the ginger is really strong once you blend it. This is all the pulp that was left behind. Now, for those of you who like the pulp, keep it in. If not, your ginger is good to go. I only blend it once. I don't keep filtering it over and over again. That's, personal decision. Some people like to do multi passes in terms of filtering out the pulp. For me, it's not a big deal. All right, and now I get my empty containers. Pour it in. One. And 2. Okay. So, this is my ginger juice. I keep this in the refrigerator, and believe it or not, it lasts for months. You can go at least 3 or 4 months. It still maintains its freshness. It still has that zing. Ginger is just a powerhouse nutrient. Again, I like to use it in my tea. I pour quite a bit of ginger. I like that heat that it gives. And I'm pretty sure you can find other reasons to use ginger juice. Now, naturally, they do sell it on the shelves. There is one particular brand that has ginger juice, but I like to make my own. I know what's in it. And again, it'll last a long time in the fridge. Ginger juice is amazing. Ginger has a lot of powerhouse nutrients inside of it, and it just does a body good. So if you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments, leave your questions, make sure to subscribe, and I hope you found this helpful. Now I'm going to go ahead and juice the other pieces, and I don't think you need to watch that. But anyway, I hope this helps. I hope to see you next time. P.S. I forgot to mention that when it comes to the leftover ginger pulp, do you know that you can reblend it? You'll still get some ginger benefits. It won't be as strong, and it might be slightly bitter, so it's your preference. But I do like to keep the pulp, and all I do is add some more water and blend it. Here goes. As you can see, still pretty yellow. Now I can choose to filter it or keep it as is. I'm going to keep it as is. So let me show you. Oh, let me turn from this thing. Yeah, you can see it from here. Look at how yellow that is. And notice, from this angle, look how smooth it pours. So don't throw out the pulp, reblend it. Let me show you how much ginger juice I have. So this is one empty container. These were the original 2 I did earlier. This is a third one. You can see I drink a lot of water. And yet another container. So pour it in here. Now look at all that juice from that ginger that I showed you earlier. So when you're making ginger juice, make sure you have enough empty bottles around or buy a small piece. So that way, if you don't have enough bottles around, you know, if you have 1 or 2 or maybe a tall bowl, that's good enough. But you can make your own ginger juice at home. You just need a little time, a few empty bottles, and it will reward you. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.